5:30 in the morning. I'm off to play tennis indoor at Plano. Love indoor tennis. You don't have to deal with any elements. It's windy in North Texas. It's probably been the windiest year since we moved here. And that can make tennis problematic. And today's the first day of June. Wow, year's going by. Another year of life. Another year of vesting in your 401k and your IRA. That's good. Halfway through the year. June will be the end of a quarter. I'm engaged in a ongoing debate, really deep theology on the 2300-day prophecy in Daniel chapter 8. And I'll tell you, it sure helps to study. I think God gives you wisdom. It's the unique doctrine of Seventh-day Adventists that I believe is biblical, absolutely. I believe it. It's come under attack so much, even within our own church. But it is, but it's not an easy one to understand. Unless you study it, then it becomes easier and easier. And in this debate with a former Adventist, and he's good, I'll give it to him. He knows his Bible, but I've got him on some things, and he's unable to answer. For example, in Daniel chapter 9, he says the angel appears to Daniel to explain the 70 weeks, that it's not part of the earlier vision of the 2300 days. And the thought occurred to me last night, well, how do you explain a vision to somebody who hasn't had the vision yet? There's no vision of there's no instance of Daniel having a vision of just the 490 weeks. And so the vision that Daniel didn't understand was the 2300 days, the one that he lost sleep over for several days. And he says, well, it's 11 years later. You're trying to say that the angel comes to appear to Daniel and explain a vision from 11 years later. Well, that means nothing. If I had a vision from God and it caused me to lose sleep for several days and I was sick and I didn't understand it and I prayed for understanding, I'd be thinking about that vision for decades. Not 11 years is nothing. But what really clinched it for me this morning was his contention that Gabriel appears to Daniel in chapter 9 to explain the 490 weeks. Well, there's no recorded vision of a 490 week vision, or there's no recorded record of Daniel receiving a vision of 490 weeks. The only thing Daniel makes reference to up there is in the book of Jeremiah about 70 weeks, but that's not a vision. That's a book. And Gabriel says, consider the vision. So he really is in a spot now. He won't be able to answer that. And it helps to study. It helps to read it. It helps to understand. And that way you can defend your position. Someday Adventists, or I don't mean just Seventh-day Adventists, but people who keep the Sabbath are going to have to defend that before councils and tribunals. And Jesus talked about that in Matthew 24. So the evangelical position, and this is even my friend's position, who I disagree with, that all of Daniel's prophecies were fulfilled in the Old Testament or at the cross. They're confined to the Old Testament. No, that's ridiculous, because Daniel's 9, 10, 11, and 12 explain the visions, and they take you to the defeat of Antichrist and the resurrection of the dead, and the kingdom being given back to Christ. That's not Old Testament. That's not some petty tyrant. They say that's Antiochus Epiphanes, a little horn. No, that's the big power, pagan Rome to papal Rome. But you got to really study it. And on my YouTube channel, I've put up a 25-minute excerpt. I edited it of evangelist John Carter explaining the 1844, and I've probably listened to it 20 times. You have to, and you have to pray for guidance and understanding to understand this. That way you can defend your position. I probably know more now the 24 than most of our own theologians, because I've studied it. And I'm not an idiot. I graduated from college, from California Polytechnic University, with a bachelor's degree. I had excellent grades in heavy-duty classes like quantitative analysis and statistics, and some of the CPA prep courses I scored A's in. So I'm not an idiot. And in studying these texts, you have to really pray for wisdom and pray that God will show you the truth. And I enjoy doing that because I'm becoming a student of prophecy, because I can see what's going on in the world, the evil all around us. It's everywhere now. And I watch Martin Veith and his partner Walter Veith and his partner Martin are two Seventh-day Adventists from South Africa, and they're spot on everything with prophecy. So yeah, that's a passion that I have, along with tennis and golf more, is to study the Bible and study prophecy. So it's early June, or early morning, June 1st. Still no word on our Kia Telluride. It probably will not be a 22. I'm pretty sure we're gonna flip over to a 23, because I just read last night that people that ordered in December are starting to get theirs. We ordered in April, so that's, by the time we get to August or September, definitely be flipping over to the 23. The Kia assembly plant is in Georgia. Huge. So anyway, read your Bible every day. Study it. And everything's good. The daughter came over yesterday. I put new license plates on her car that came in. The tag. I have a new tag on this truck because it's June 1st. It cost me less to register this truck. It cost me less to register our Kia Telluride, 2022, than it cost in California to register the motorcycle when I had it. And gas in California, somebody posted a picture of a gas station at Cesar Chavez and Alameda, and I verified it. I went to Gas Buddy, over $8 a gallon. Wow. That is crazy. So I'll play tennis, then the gym, then I'll probably want some watermelon, and then I'll go out and hit some golf balls. Carla and I are going to California later in a couple weeks. And then we'll go to San Francisco because she has Northern California. So she was telling me yesterday we have to go to San Francisco probably in July, or I think she said July, somewhere around there. All right, I'm out of here.